Hit it! Guys, what's the crack? Crypto with Dinny and it's Dinny here. 12 million per Bitcoin. Incoming! Prepare yourself. I know you're not ready to hear it yet. I know it's crazy talk. I know you've just came to Bitcoin. You've discovered it. And it's like 60 grand now or 50 grand or whatever it is in dollars. And you're like, Jesus, that's a lot of money. But anyway, it's going to 12 million. And above. But that's where it's going. Not tomorrow. Maybe on Sunday. On a Sunday when there's no mass. There'll be mass this Sunday, I can tell you. But when Bitcoin goes to 12 million, there will be mass. It will be a Sunday with mass. Let me explain this to you. I should have got the water poured first. What's the crack? Crypto with Dinny here. Poured a bit of water. Black Friday special today, guys. Get on there. I ate in, as usual. Dumped everything. Bought Bitcoin. Hope you're having a good day. But that's not what today's video is about. All week, I've been processing this bond. Okay? And it's been the news that I've been warning people, not warning, but anyone doing my workshop, I've been saying, you know, gold is Bitcoin's first target, you know, of things it's going to demonetize. Physical gold, sights are set on that, we're locked in and we're eating away at gold's market cap. Okay? That battle is all but done. Okay? Because gold is now a physical product that's going to be demonetized by a dematerialized product that is better than it in every single characteristic. It just is going to take some time. But the next target for Bitcoin, well, we know it's it doesn't have to be just the bond market, okay? The equities market, Bitcoin has its sights on it. I'm not going to talk about that today. It's 200 trillion, okay? Real estate, 200 trillion. You know, what do you want? An apartment or a Bitcoin? I'd prefer to have a Bitcoin, because we're going to be worth far more than owning an apartment block in the near future, alright? But that's 200 trillion as well. But the bond market's 200 trillion too, in and around that, okay? And every single bond in the world right now, they're all yielding negative with real returns. And that means when you take into account the currency debasement, okay, or the inflation level is how people are measuring it, can measure the debasement, that when you buy a bond, when you go to the government and you go, here's 500 million, I'm a big entity, whatever, insurance or an endowment or something, here's 500 million, they're going to go, thanks Dinny, no bother. What we'll do is, in 2031, we give you back 480. Is that a good deal? And you'll go, well, there's nothing else out there, so I guess so, yes. Okay? So every bond in the world right now is yielding negative. Of the 200 trillion, remember 200 trillion is the overall market cap of bonds in the world. 200 trillion, it's a lot of money. Bitcoin's only one. 1 trillion is all Bitcoin is. Okay? You don't have to understand these numbers, but you can just understand the scale difference. But then, this week, El Salvador came out with a bond. Guys, remember your daily exercise? I was doing a bit of mountain biking today. It was great crack. We didn't pedal up the hill, but we flew down the hill. The van brought us up every time. It was savage. Glencullen Adventure Park. 25 quid. Well spent. But your daily exercise. Press the like button. Give it a nice strong press. Press the share button. And throw a comment in and say hello. And ignore the scammers who'll be saying they're Crypto with Dinny and offering you to trade your money for you, or if you send them 0.1 of a Bitcoin, they'll send you back 0.2 Bitcoin or something silly like that. Ignore that stuff. But anyway, there's one bond right now today in the whole world, the whole wide world, one bond is giving a real return. Okay, a positive real return. And guess what it's built on? It's built on Bitcoin. So El Salvador's bond has a real return of 6%. So the CPI inflation, around 5%. So it's beating inflation. So unlike every other bond that's around 1%, 2%, this thing is actually a bond that you can buy and it can be profitable. Now, this makes no difference for me or you, really. Okay? But big money, trillions, are interested in it. They've big interested in it. Okay? They've big interest in it. And it looks like it's going to be sold out. And they're going to have to make another one. And then it's likely they're going to make about 10 of these. Because that's what the demand is for them. Alright? So, Bitcoin is 1 trillion. The bond market is 200 trillion. All of that 200 trillion is now looking at this Bitcoin market and going, Jesus, here's a bond that's actually profitable. Maybe we'll have a bit of that. Now, if just of the 200 trillion, 5 trillion decides to come in and experiment with this Bitcoin bond over the next 2 years, what happens to the price of Bitcoin? Oh, it might get to 80k. No, it won't. It'll be 500,000, it'll be 1 million, as quick as you like, alright? So at around 1 trillion, that's Bitcoin at 60k. 2 trillion, Bitcoin 120k. 3 trillion, then you'll struggle on the maths now. What's that? 180. 4 trillion, what are 4 sixes? 24. 5 sixes, 30. 300. What's 200 multiplied by 60? I think that's 12 million. There's your 12 million price for Bitcoin, if all the bonds flood into it. Now, all of them probably won't today or tomorrow, but this is the way it's going. You see, the first step is the most important. That's the most difficult, to go from 0 to 1. Alright, I can't remember a book, and it was all about this sort of stuff I read years ago, which I have a terrible memory. But getting from 0 to 1 is the hardest step. I'll give you an example. If you're weak, everything always goes to fitness, alright? If you're weak and you can't even do a pull-up, alright? It's harder to go from 0 to 1 pull-ups than to build the strength to do 2 pull-ups. It's much easier to go from 8 pull-ups to 10 pull-ups with a bit of training than it is to go from 0 pull-ups to 1 pull-up. That's where it takes the most work, the most energy, and the most time. And once you get that first pull-up, 2 comes pretty easy, 3 comes even easier. You want to go from 4 to 5 pull-ups, just train for a week and you'll be able to do that. So if you can understand the concept, this is just the concept of change and how things work. So for us to go from 0 to 1 and have this first Bitcoin bond now created and have it outperforming every other bond in the world. So every single customer who's interested in bonds to protect and store their wealth. And remember, traditional investing, 6% equities, that's like stocks, all that business, okay, and 40% bonds. Bonds were your security of your portfolio. Now they're looking at a Bitcoin bond. And not only that, okay, but El Salvador are rewriting the securities rules on bonds. Because the securities rules that America are using, they're so outdated. I think they were written in like 1940 something. So they don't work like for a cryptocurrency. These things that are intangible and new technologies, they're outdated. So they're rewriting the rules around them. And that'll trickle down because if it works there, it's going to trickle down into our world. Remember, guys, I teach people how to become investors. Investors see the future before it's here. Okay? We don't live in the present. We don't look at the price of Bitcoin and go, oh, it went down today. We think about what the price is going to be in 5 years. We think about what the price will be like in 10 years. This is what investors do. We buy the fear, okay? This is how we get the financial success. And the irony is, they'll say you got lucky. But that's the enormity of this thing. And that's why it's excited me. And I've spent a lot of my time this week just walking around processing it and thinking about it. And it's absolutely enormous, this first bond. None of crypto YouTube really gets it. They haven't really been talking about it. But I can tell you guys, people who understand the space, people who are involved in Bitcoin since the earlier days, which a lot of my mentors have been like, it's just enormous, this is. And it's really exciting what comes out of this and where we go. Is there risk? Of course there's risk. Do you know what the biggest risk in life is? Not taking any risk. So happy days. I've took on a bit of risk. I'm taking on some more risk. I'm excited to see how this bond works out. And it's really going to change the game. Guys, have an awesome Friday. BTFD. Not financial advice, because I'm not a financial advisor. Alright? Just a lad in the gaff, having the crack, wearing a Bitcoin hat. So I'm a Bitcoiner. I advise financial advisors all the time. But I personally am the financial advisor. But this is mega. Because remember, gold's only 10 trillion. Only. You know, if Bitcoin demonetizes gold, Bitcoin's priced at, 500 to 750,000 per Bitcoin. Nice few quid if you're dollar cost averaging and saving some sats. But the bond market's 200 trillion. And I've always thought that Bitcoin's going to eat the bond market. It's going to eat real estate as well. And it's going to eat the equities. It's eating everything. But this is the first little nibble into the bond market. And the problem with the bond market is it's broken. Okay, real estate's still working. Equities are still working. The tech stocks, they're still working. They're beating inflation. Real estate's still beating inflation. The bond market's broken. So that first little nibble, that can escalate pretty quick. And when I say pretty quick, I'm talking like an investor. I'm not saying Bitcoin's going to go up tomorrow. Investors! We think in years, not in days. Guys, happy Friday. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hitting the like button. And have an awesome day. Remember, if you want to teach me how to create your own Bitcoin pension plan, I've been doing this for 2 years now, Crypto With Dinny. Get onto my website, www.cryptowithdinny.com. Alright, get my 5 things to know before you buy Bitcoin and crypto. Get those good tips, because some people are buying fake Bitcoin, some people are buying fake cryptocurrencies. All right, and it's going to be a problem for them later. But get my tips, and my course is free. It's absolutely free. Go and do it. I have paid courses. I can do one-on-one consulting. I do that a lot with people who've been in the space and just need more direction and a little bit of help to work out the strategy and the long-term strategy and all that good stuff. So if you want some consulting, book in the consulting with Dinny. We'll have the crack. Guys, I'm out of here. Dinny out.